This conference will now be recorded.
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to get started with approval of minutes. We also now have the special meeting minutes from September 17th, so I would entertain a motion for approval of regular and executive sessions from September 9th and the special meeting of September 17th.
Before we do that, I have a correction that I'd like to have.
Okay.
My name, under new business, 50-50%, or 50-50 facade grant, my name's spelled wrong in the motion made by Smolinski. Seconded by Gray. It's S-K-E. Carol,
Oh,
wrote that.
sorry,
She just
dear.
little
Sorry.
typo. Other than that, I'm good.
Okay, we have a motion for approval with one typo correction.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. We will move on to announcements. Leaf pickup is scheduled to begin October 14th and finish December 3rd. Those dates will vary depending on weather and workload. But that's what we're going to start with. Any other announcements? Now on to our public hearing. I will call the public hearing to order and ask for any public comment. This is a public hearing for additional appropriation, resolution number 2025-13, local road and bridge matching fund grant. It was published in the Kendallville News Sun and the Albion New Era on September 10th. And this is appropriating for the account for the local bridge and matching grant funds awarded for the CCMG 2025-01 Millen Overlay Project. Carol, have you received any public phone calls or any comments? Okay. I will close the meeting for public comment and have discussion between council members. The grant money we received in the amount of $493,236.75 represents 75% of the bid awarded to Pulver Asphalt Paving in the total amount of $657,649. Our funds of $164,412.25 are already appropriated at the 25% town match. Anybody have any further questions? Okay, I will adjourn the public hearing and ask for approval of resolution number 2025-13.
I move we approve resolution number 2025-13.
I will second that.
We have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. On to open discussion. I just want to acknowledge that we did receive our third quarter overtime report from Shannon on the 22nd. Much appreciated by her, and once again appreciated very much. The department heads are keeping that overtime at a minimum.
When you guys get that, is it all in nice neat columns, or is you guys is all like skewed?
It's kind of, but I usually can figure it out pretty
Okay.
easily.
Cause when I get that, it's all whopper jawed on my, you know what I mean? When I open that, it's all, like the columns are all,
Oh, yeah, it is.
you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Right.
Awry.
I mean, I just had to hold a paper up to it to follow it, but I thought that was my eyes.
Has it always been that way or just recent?
No, it's
It's always that way.
I think it just depends on, like if you open it on your computer or if you open it on your iPad. Are you with me?
What format's it in? Is it
Yeah,
in
what
Excel?
format?
It's a Google Doc.
It's a Google Doc?
Mhm.
It's usually good on an iPad, so I'll have
Yeah,
it.
Did anybody have any questions on that?
No, I do not.
Okay. Any other open discussion? All right, we'll move right on to our department head reports. Fire department, Chief Amber.
Speaking of typos, if you look at your scorecard, it'll say August because I forgot to change it to September. But other than that, do you have any questions on my monthly reports?
I had a question about, all those like half-hour, medical calls.
Mhm.
Are those all to the same place? I mean, it seemed like there were a lot of, there, sometimes a few times a day. And so I just wondered if we're still having problems with degree treatment.
So, and I'll answer that in two parts.
Okay.
Depending on, and I know we're looking to change this and go away from hourly runs. But right now, if a med run start to finish is less than a half hour, I only pay a half hour.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll see a 0.5 hour, that's just that run. It could be anywhere.
Mhm.
You know, contrary to some popular belief, we're pretty fortunate that we have an ambulance in town. So we usually arrive near the same time, if not a tick before, a tick after with them. We get the patient loaded up and they're off to the hospital, we're back in service. So to answer your other question, starting October 1st, the county communications has a policy. We, for some reason, didn't follow it at the beginning, and that is we will not make med runs to skilled nursing or physician facilities anymore after October 1st, unless it is to be known respiratory or cardiac arrest or the EMS request us. So we aren't reinventing the wheel. All the other departments in the county, if they have a nursing home or physician's office, they don't go to those places unless they are called to. So that's, we agreed that we're gonna do that October 1st, and it really, like, we don't go to Dr. Engel's office when they need somebody.
What if the EMS is too far away?
Then they can request us. Yep, it's known cardiac or respiratory arrest or at the request of EMS. So if they do have a delayed response time, we're more than happy to go. But yeah, and the main reason was 600 Trail Ridge.
So we're no longer allowed to request first responders on the police department? Is that what I just heard you say?
Yes, and I will clarify that with dispatch that if you request first responders, we'll come as well. Probably ought to just say at the request of any other agency. But well, that's at skilled nursing facilities. If you call us for anything, we'll come. So if you have a car crash and it's minor injuries and you need us there, we're coming.
Even at the skilled places, you are intimately aware of the problems. If I have an officer there that's in need of help, I'm going to direct them to call you,
Yes, absolutely.
whether we're at a skilled place or not.
Yeah.
Because there's not always enough manpower to do the job unless your crew shows up.
Right. Yeah. And that is only, really, like I said, we haven't gone to Dr. Engel's office in years.
You guys used to though,
Yeah.
because for like any kind of a serious medical condition, you guys were there and we were called too. So,
Right.
but it's been a while.
Any other
That's all your
questions?
questions, Ed? Okay.
Any other questions for Bob? Nope. Okay. Thank you very much, Bob.
Thanks. Thank you.
We will move on to police department, and we did receive an email from Scott asking us to add the promotion of Chase Carnell. So let's take care of your report first.
Okay. Should have got a report on, I believe, Thursday. My notes are in there. If anybody has any questions, I can gladly field those specific questions. If not, oh, go ahead.
I want to know if you have an up-to-date response on the MOU with the school.
I assume our town attorney will take care of that when I ask him shortly. And then also, I apologize to Abby because her turkey trot didn't make it on the upcoming events. I plumb forgot about it. We've got it scheduled, but I plumb forgot about it. So when you do make your request, I don't think you have yet, right?
No.
When you do make your request, we've already got that penciled in. I did get the vests ordered, I believe, well in advance, so I can at least sleep a little longer at night, not worrying about that. I do appreciate the council letting me go to the conference. As always, great conference, excellent time, and not real expensive. So I did make contact with CSX. Hopefully the weeds will be trimmed by the end of this week we're in now. If not, we will be readdressing with them. And then,
That dumpster that's down there, is that CSX's also?
nope, I have no idea who that belongs to. I stopped.
There's a big roll off down there.
That came from the remodel of the courthouse because it still had Wyjun's name on the side of it. But that has become a community problem because we have community folks just coming by and throwing trash in it.
Yeah, there's a big roll off down there.
It's a big 30, I think they're 30 footers or whatever they are. They're the big ones.
So should we contact Wygen?
I have no idea who to contact. There's no company on the roll off itself.
Yeah, I know, it doesn't have a name or anything.
So somebody was emptying their house trash in it, or their car trash at least. So I stopped them and I said, who gave you consent to dump it in that dumpster? Well, nobody. I thought it belonged to the town.
Can you contact that,
Yeah, I can
chef
contact,
guy?
yeah,
Jason,
but I'm sure that
he's in Michigan
even the
now.
dents in it appear to be the same dumpster that was sitting on our lot for all that amount of time, that gravel lot. It appears to be that same dumpster that made it down to CSX property. It's not even on our property. So I don't know who the owner is. And I was waiting for somebody to ask.
Well, I think I would start there.
But that name was written on it in chalk or marking pen.
What's the name say?
Wygen Construction, which I assume was a note for whoever had it on the truck where it went.
I'd start there.
I'll gladly do that.
Mm-hmm. You have Jason's cell, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Had a lot of communication.
that's what I thought.
People might think that the community dumpster.
Well, they already do. They already do.
It's been there for a while.
It's been there for a good long while. And still don't have an
Is it being
owner.
emptied, or it's just not ever been?
Well,
filled?
there's some
There is some stuff.
sticking up. What do they call them? Pallets. Pallets are sticking up out of it, so I know it's getting fuller.
Mhm.
That's my gauge. As the pallet raises, it's getting fuller.
See, I thought CSX had it there for some reason.
No, CSX doesn't claim it. But CSX is a big organization, and one guy may not know what the other guy knows. So I know that would surprise you. I've been kind of hitting the right-of-way signs kind of hard. We buy your house, whatever condition. We'll fix your roof, whatever condition. When they're in the right-of-ways, they're basically ours. When they're right next to the road. I don't do much with the state highway because that's basically theirs. When the state comes through, they'll gather them up. But been gathering quite a few of them up. If anybody contacts you, I want my sign. I got a bunch of them here at PD. they can claim them and reuse them somewhere else.
Hmm.
That's kind of it, except I will ask if my president will allow me, I would like to ask the town attorney a couple of questions. First question is MOU or interlocal agreement. Where are we at?
Well, I sent it to the
Yes.
school attorney a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Right after our meeting, the last time. And I received my, first response on the 18th, which I think is Friday. So I asked him to email because he had a bunch of concerns. And I said, would you please send me a red line version so that I can see those concerns? I got those, I think Friday afternoon. Either way. So I went over them over the weekend, and I left a message to reach out to him yesterday, and we spoke today. So, which was perfect. And I reviewed his changes. 90% of them are insignificant. I'll just summarize them briefly. Then I'll get to the one that's significant. And then we'll have one, of course. And then, of course, you'll guess, I'm sure, quickly what it is. It all comes down to who's liable for what, right?
Absolutely.
So the changes he wanted were some title. He didn't like the title, so I'm fine with the change he wants to make to the title. I told him it's fine with me. The one thing that I couldn't confirm, and Scott, you can do this for me, I'm sure. I went on Google Earth and looked, and the last picture I have of that intersection, and I was going to either go there on my way home or have you tell me what they have on what you see on Google Earth is not a push button activated signal. So I'm guessing you've seen it, and it is push button activated now.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to confirm either with you or my own eyes.
I pushed it today.
I was told there what might not be one there. So
Really? Okay. There is one there.
All right.
Along with the complaint, the guy I was standing beside, boy, this takes a long time to turn green.
All right, perfect. So thank you for that. That's one of the issues that apparently we have. There's some language that they wanted to make it clear that this agreement only covers State Road 9 and Main Street, which is also State Road 8, I believe. So I made those changes to it, made it clear, cover State Road 9 and Main Street, and not referring to State Road 8. Went through some of the issues. I'll get to the big one at the end here, and then we'll go from there. For the most part, he wanted to add something called the Town of Albion Walk Zone, and I didn't know what that was. He has explained to me that it's a document that you and the school come up with every year that lists 20 to 30 homes of the kids that aren't on the school bus that apparently will use this corridor. And so he wanted to add the language Town of Albion Walk Zone to the notice that is supposed to be given by the school corporation to these homes. And he said, it's not something that I can share with you. I can't show you. I can't give it to you, but I want to call it that. So I said, I don't see a problem with that. I don't know what it is. It seems weird to call something when you can't produce it. But he says it's something that apparently the school and the town marshal come up with every year.
To clarify, it's verbal.
Verbal, okay.
And it is basically addressed if there's a request to change. This has been an ongoing thing for as long as at least 10, 12, 13 years, as long as I can remember, that we have the crossing guard as the automatic signal all the way down to Jason. So the only reason why it even reared its head is because of the change of the bus route that added another 50 students trying to get across State Road 9 from the west side of town. So that's probably what he's referring to.
Probably. It didn't bother me at all. I just wanted to make sure it doesn't bother you, and it sounds like it doesn't. So.
And I believe they put that in their newsletter, that it is what they want is they want it to be a Central Noble Albion Agreement school zone.
Okay.
I don't know why he wants to shift that to us, but whatever. But it is a conglomeration of both governments saying this is the safest and best protected route to the school.
Okay. Perfect.
But if we're addressing it in there, then why wouldn't we want a document so that if someone referred to it.
We can. We
I'm
just never have.
asking.
No, it's a good question, and I asked somewhat like that question too. Abby, is, well, can I see this document? Can I attach it as an exhibit? No.
I have never seen a document,
That's
so.
the explanation. So at least that's a consistent explanation. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
But
of course,
parents
in
can
my
call
world,
in
I'd
and
love to
find
see a
out if
document,
they're-
but, yeah.
I mean, so it's the parent obligation to call in and find out where they fall on that map.
Right. The school said they sent out letters to, and also the messenger, the dialer thing, to the parents that were going to be affected, or the households that were going to be affected by taking away of that route.
Mhm.
And that's where they came up with around 50.
Okay.
You got a funny look on your face.
Like you would say I would have been contacted. I was not.
If I was given that information.
Okay, I'm just saying,
And there was at least
I-
2 or
I
3
am-
attempts made to make sure after we had our conversation back in, I'm going to guess, June, maybe July. They said that they would be sending out to make sure the information was out there. This is where we want you to cross.
Or would it be because would each of your children that are under your care?
May have
their
went to the parents.
have received it?
Of them. I don't know. Maybe not the
I mean, it would make
location.
sense.
they as well did not.
Oh, okay.
Right, well, yeah.
So,
I'm just
whatever.
saying what I was told is, I can pretty well testify that I was told 2 or 3, I think, was the terminology used, attempts made.
Hmm.
So that's the summary of what I would consider to be simple, easy changes. They're all made. The one,
So that's not the significant one.
yes,
I'm sorry, can you clarify what we're talking about?
I
Did the town initiate this, or the school
don't know the answer.
was to create a memorandum of understanding that does what?
We already have a memorandum of understanding with them. This would be in addition to that. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, it's a formal interlocal that basically provides that, because the town is the only legal body that can appoint a crossing guard. At the school's request, they would appoint a crossing guard that would be a school employee that would follow these guidelines in such a way that if drafted and signed the way we want it to be, the school would be liable for their employee and the actions of their employee, but they would be under the guidance and direction of our marshal. Fair summary, help me, Steve.
At the
Because I wasn't at the meeting, at
At
this
the
9A
intersection of-
intersection.
Right, but they wouldn't be under our guidance. I would help train them, but they would actually be under the school's guidance.
So there is the
Oh.
big change.
Okay.
So here we go. They do not want, 2 things. Well, let me back it up, say it in a positive. They'll give you your indemnification, hold harmless and release language if they train the crossing guard and it's their employee. Because they believe that if they're gonna send their employee to 8 and 9 Main, they were 9, state intersection, that, they'll be responsible if they train that person, even though it's under the guidance and direction of the marshal. That was gonna be my question to Scott. It seems fine with me. Otherwise, if we're gonna train this person, their point is, if we're training them and we're fully responsible for them, we're not gonna hold you harmless and indemnify you. So it seems like a reasonable argument to me. So the question that I would present to all of you is, what do you think about that?
To me, there's no argument. The training was given as an opportunity
Exactly.
for freebie training.
That's what I said.
And the experience, state certified, I've let it drop, state certified instructor, all that falls into place to go ahead and do that for them. But if they don't want it,
And
I'm
so
okay with that.
I have changed the document, subject to your input. It basically says the school, not the town marshal, will do the training. The school will require them to undergo supplemental training. The school shall perform the services, et cetera, at that intersection. And the school will hold us harmless and indemnify us and keep us from liability for their actions. as opposed to you training and you doing and you doing. And so with your blessing, that would be the proposed change that I would take back to them tomorrow.
My recommendation is, that's cool. But that's up to the council to what they want to do, but that's my recommendation.
And I agree with that as well. So.
Because as long as the liability shifts to them,
Well, exactly, and that's where they deleted all that. And I said, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Either we're training them and then we're responsible for them, or you're training them and you're responsible for them. And Bill at least verbally agreed with me, so that would be my proposal, subject to everybody's input here. And it sounds like at least Scott agrees with me to a certain extent that fine, it was a service we were going to offer. If they don't want it, fair enough. Train your people however you want, but you're liable for what they do up there. And that's what the draft that I have now says, subject to your approval. None of this has been handed to anybody. It's literally in draft form. So with that major change, no services, no training, they're liable. I would submit this back to them for approval with your blessing.
do we have any idea on what type of training or who the trainer is going to be? Because my biggest concern outside of liability is the safety of the kids.
Left in all the standards.
And the safety of the crossing guard. That's a dangerous place to be.
None of the standards would change. So if they don't train them adequately to meet the standards and something happens, they're liable.
Where is this
They're,
crosswalk going?
they're putting them at the light,
9 and 8.
9 and, or orange and
Can you give me a little bit more details on that?
like what they're gonna be doing.
Like, how many people? Is it just one? Is it just on, are they going out in the middle of the intersection of 9 and 8 and it's just one person, they're stopping traffic both ways?
Well, the way it was designed, and Steve was there too, the way we envisioned it was that they would assist the kids in making sure the button was pushed and get in on the cycle of the crosswalk changing to walk. And then the kids would safely cross in the crossing guard on the south, or the crosswalk on the south side of the intersection to go eastbound and westbound, of course, after school. But they would help them because without activating the push button, you will never get a walk signal on the ped or on the pedestrian sign. It will always stay red, not to cross. And there's also audible. They have to understand what the audible means. The devices make noise. It'll say wait. Then once you can walk, it'll start beeping rapidly. Once you can walk, and you only have 21 seconds to get from the green light to walk to the other intersection. So they can't be dallying around. The kids can't be, walking backwards and all that stuff. They got to get across.
Count down the second.
It'll count down.
Is the cross guard going to post up with a stop paddle as well during those 20 seconds?
That would be what I would envision, but that does not guarantee that they will not just be sending them across when the light turns green. I don't know. If it goes to the school, that's going to be their call to make, how they want to do it.
And that's what this new draft would say if you.
The way I would have done it if I was training is you walk out with the kids to mid-road and then get your sign up and make sure all those kids are walking and return back to where you came from. That's the way I would have envisioned training them to do that. But if they don't want them to go into the street, that's their call, the crossing guards. We talked about 2 crossing guards to make sure we had one there at all times. If somebody was sick or if they were off that day or whatever, they would have a second one that was available. So, I mean, like I said, it was basically a verbal. That's why Kurt was directed to draw something up and get it agreed upon by both governments. So that's kind of where we are. They've only asked for maybe 2. Is that right, Kurt? 2 or 3 at most, folks. Crossing
When
guards.
Deb Freeman got hit there, she had to
She got
walk.
hit, she got hit on the other side though.
But when she got hit there, she didn't get hit she got hit by the turning
Yeah.
vehicle, not by the vehicle
Going
going
straight through. Right.
I almost-
So
I almost got-
they've requested 2, and we might have talked about maybe even a 3rd one, but they're not only employee, they may be a volunteer. I mean, we talked about that. So it's kind of a general concept of what it's gonna look like, but those were our discussions, basically.
And you retain the right to stop this at any time, because you're the appointing authority.
Are they in the waiting time of getting this signed? Do they have people up there now?
Yeah, in the morning they do, and the majority of the time there's someone there at night. They were using the resource officer from Wolf Lake as he comes over.
Who came up with the State Road 8? Was that Central Noble and their transportation department that said that's the safest way to navigate the town?
That's the agreement that we've had for the past many, many, many years, is the automatic signal, because it doesn't require quote unquote a crossing guard. But since we've changed to this new PED device, no longer is it on automatic. State Road 9 stays green when it rests. When nobody's around, State Road 9 will stay green for hours. Until that PED's pushed or those electromagnets in the road are activated, that's the only way that light and those PED lights will work to let somebody legally cross in the crosswalk. So when that happened, then we talked about there might need to be an adult trainer at the light, especially if they're younger kids, to help them understand what they need to do for the first couple of weeks or whatever. And now we've gone to where we are now. So the whole intention was to help kids get across there safely.
I'm just thinking of this in my head and wondering if it wouldn't be any safer to have a crossing guard at Jefferson Street, getting kids straight across.
We talked about that too, but they still want the designated route is the light, and that's what they've agreed to at this point, is the light. We talked about Jefferson, and we talked about the dangerous intersection up on the top of the hill.
There used to be a crossing guard at Jefferson when I was.
There used to be a crossing guard at Highland.
There's still plenty of kids that come across at that super dangerous intersection at my house. And let me tell you, that is so dangerous at my house.
And down below the hill, you are at the stoplight, you have vision both ways. You have the slowest possible speed. We as a town moved the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit out many years ago, trying to get them to slow down at the crest of that hill. So now if you take a look at the begin 25, it's clear at the top of the hill where it used to be down at Jefferson. So we've done that to try to get them slowed down. We've got the flashing light at the top of the hill to try to get them slowed down. So again, once you crest that hill, you've got good vision. And the best vision we've got and the most protected place we got is the crossing, or is the stoplight. So that's why kind of the stoplight's the focus. And they've got the PEDs, and according to safecrossing.com, automatic signal basically is where they consider it to be the safest, is an automatic signal that runs a cycle of vehicles stopping and going. So that's where we are. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Do you want a motion for us to have you proceed with the changes?
A suggestion, I want you to push back, it would be a motion to approve as presented with the changes that I've mentioned, and to authorize, because the school hasn't approved it yet, because I just got off the phone with him a few hours ago, and to authorize Vicki and Carol to attest, and Vicki to sign outside of a meeting, subject to our office approval, if that's okay. That way I know that it's consistent with what I've reported tonight before I hand you something to sign. Because they may reject some of this. I don't know. I wouldn't expect it, but they might once they see the language. Hopefully not. I've put in here exactly what he has said he wants and what I've reported. So
I would like to see the verbiage myself.
Absolutely.
Prior to that.
They've already struck the liability stuff though, and you're gonna put it right back on.
I'm going to put it right back in because he said to me, if I took the training part away, they would accept it. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I would like to see a copy. I would like to see the verbiage.
Okay.
So I don't know how fast you want to roll this, but I mean, I can probably have,
Well, they only meet once a month, so
okay.
that makes it difficult.
Why?
That's
I mean,
Monday.
why didn't they?
That's Monday.
Why are they dragging it out so long?
I think they have a meeting on Monday.
That's the Wolf Lake building, that's not the whole school board meeting, is
I
it?
think it's in the middle school, I believe.
It's in the testing center and it is a work session, so there will be no voting on anything.
It's discussion.
Where's the testing?
It's
It's as
the,
soon as you go in door one, there, right at the front office, where the front office is, it's right to the right.
right to the- it's where the stage,
Cafeteria.
yeah, old cafeteria / stage used to be.
They said they were gonna post an agenda.
They did, including the possibility of going to.
The way back
So,
then.
are we going
4
to
days
agree to
school.
that then?
And you don't have to, I just was trying to help you.
Did you just say what I
speed it up if
think?
you wanted.
That,
They're
that's on the
considering
agenda.
that?
That is one of the topics.
Wow.
What is?
That's why they need a
4
lot of
days
chairs.
full.
Going to a 4-day school week.
Where was that one?
Sorry, that's completely off.
You wouldn't have wanted it as a parent.
That was the 29th.
29th.
How is that
Monday.
even?
I always.
They get all their hours
They talked
in?
about it.
What do parents do that are working?
You gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
What's it
they're-
think?
Call Vicky.
And
Yeah.
She's got room.
Vicky, did you push for that?
Yeah.
And there's that. Another one today that takes the court.
Might want to be at that meeting.
Is that MOU then a closure, or where we at on that?
I'm
I'm
ready
not-
for an.
I'm gonna say that we move forward with all those changes that we discussed tonight.
And I apologize for calling it an MOU, it's an interlocal
It's okay, I
agreement.
know what you mean.
Okay,
You can
good.
call it.
Code.
But I understand.
A 1076.
Yeah, that
how's
worked,
that?
yeah.
Is that a motion, Chris?
Well, he didn't want a motion, he just wanted to understand it.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want to authorize it to be signed, subject to my approval, our office approval, I would need a motion. But I'm worried
Oh, no,
that
okay.
Zane wants to see something before, and that's okay with me. That will push it to your second meeting, or I guess your first meeting in October. So whatever you want to do is fine with me. I just was trying to put you in a position where you could get it to them sooner than later, but it doesn't matter to me.
You
It's
wanna
really
speak
up to you.
prior to it going down?
Yes, prior
Okay,
to
that's
it
fine.
going to them, I mean, they still have to do it too, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be done this month, it's not gonna be done till the end of October, so Chris, if we push this just to the end of October with us approving it, it
Then I don't
doesn't,
need a motion.
it still has to be approved by them.
Yeah, it's not a motion, I'm not motioning, I'm just saying make those changes.
I'll do that. Get that draft to all of you within that chain of emails, and you can review it, and then we can discuss it at the next meeting. And if you're happy with it, then you can approve it, authorize the signature, and send it on to them. I'm not gonna share it with them until you've all seen a draft.
Okay.
Is that
Sounds good.
okay?
Also, Kurt, I'm sure you already caught it because you're pretty keen, but
Maybe
their
not.
business manager was not correct on the one I saw.
Oh, okay.
So you'll want to strike that and whoever goes there.
Okay, because he didn't change that.
I didn't know if anybody would catch it or not
Who is
on the
it?
file. I don't know.
Who's it listed?
Okay, I'll find out.
I don't know who it is now, but it's not him.
I have.
Baumgartner, Kimberly
Oh,
Baumgartner.
Oh, it is Kim that took his spot? Okay. Kim Baumgartner.
Took Tyler's spot.
Yeah,
Kim
Baumgartner.
Yep. You may have to get on their website. That's where I always have to get to
Well, that's
spell
good
it.
to know. Gardner. I'll look it up.
It's Baum kind of Garter, something like
I'll
that.
look it up. Thank you. I did not know. So, and he didn't strike it. So
Well, I noticed that, but I thought somebody else might catch it.
I would have thought.
All right, are you okay there? I have one more topic real quick if we're good with that.
Next.
He
Okay.
was talking to somebody named Robbie. That's who he's over Rob.
That's a superintendent. Yeah. I also have for you, Kurt, thanks for all that information, but I got a question for you and for the council. The procurement policy. You say anything under 50,000 doesn't have to be three
I've never
quotes.
seen anything internal, but externally, legally, 50,000 is the threshold. If you're under 50, you can buy it wherever you want, anytime you want.
Okay, that's the part that I need for you to verify. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now, as for the council, are we still gonna stick with the procurement policy? Or are we gonna do an update to the whatever, that policy. Or what's your thoughts on that? Because I'm in the process of ordering something. If I don't have to go through 3 quotes, I won't. But if you guys still want 3 quotes, I can. Whatever.
As of right now, you have to.
Well, I have to?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I needed to
But
know
whether or
then.
not we change it, then but as of right now, based on our policy, you have to.
Okay. So anything that's been bought recently has gone through the 3 quotes?
Everything, yes.
Okay.
And
All right.
last meeting, I misspoke when Chris was right in saying that we needed 3 quotes for that. Carol clarified that our procurement policy does state that.
Yeah, I know what that states because I'm the one that
But-
I
actually
didn't know
wrote
if you
it
guys were gonna
But-
change it based on the legislation.
on the current law.
And keep in mind, when I say these thresholds, I'm thinking statutorily. You can always be more restrictive. You can't be less. And so you can always put restrictions on that are more stringent than the statute. But my brain always goes to the statute, not knowing what you have locally. So, but you can have more stringent if you want.
Right, and when Corey bid that last F-350, he had 3 quotes.
I have a question.
Well, he had 2 and a no quote.
2 and a what?
Yeah,
No
so-
quote? Okay.
He solicited 3.
Okay.
Carol?
It says a purchasing agent may make a purchase under small purchase policies established by the purchasing agency or under the rules adopted by the governmental body. So if they're allowed to make purchases under 50,000, doesn't that, or the rules of the government, rules adopted by the government body, doesn't that mean that the governmental body, being the council, can put stipulations?
And you just can't, for instance, say, Scott, you can buy anything you want over 60,000 and you don't have to comply with the state law. What you can do is say, Scott, up to 50,000, I know the statute doesn't require you to get 3 quotes, but we want you to.
Okay.
Our
Does that make
procurement
sense?
policy states they have to get 3 quotes.
Then if that is saying that, and I've never read it, I've never seen it, if that says that, even if it's under 50, that is more stringent than state law requires. And that's legal, but it's not required by law.
7,500 to 50,000 says you have to have 3 different quotes. You have to have solicited 3 different ones.
Shall have.
Shall have.
How, just for my own, I guess, humor, how old is that policy?
So we just updated that.
1 year probably,
Okay.
roughly.
8/13/24.
But we didn't take into account the statutory thing.
And
We-
it changed
we
in
were-
July.
Yeah, it just changed in July, so we were looking at upgrading, lifting the ceiling of department heads' purchasing power without getting town manager approval.
That's perfectly fine.
All right, that's all I needed clarification on.
State law is always the, how do I say it? It's the threshold that you can't expand, but you can always make it. You can work within it as long as you don't do something that is less restrictive than state statute. So if a state statute says a public works project requires this and this at 300,000, you can't say, well, you can ignore that, you can go to 1 million, but you can make it more restrictive, more difficult, more, if you want to call it red tape. And that is enforceable legally in your town and not elsewhere. And a lot of towns do that. Most towns have a procurement policy that also has, what does the state board of accounts call those? Internal controls, so that they want to see documentation, even though the statute may not require it. So, anyway,
Yeah, you explained it well. That's good. Are we gonna do the action item now, or is that gonna do later?
Yep.
Okay, the last thing I've got, is that, in our handbook policy, 205 is the policy number. Introductory policy is the title. Basically says after 180 days of full-time employment upon, this is for the fire department and the police department, it says in the manual or the handbook, after 180 days of full-time employment, the employee can be promoted to a regular status, which in our case at the police department, that'd be a first-class deputy marshal, and receive the benefits therein if they aren't already receiving them. And I have an officer, Chase Carnell, in the back. He has completed his 180 hours of full-time employment. He's over that. And I am requesting from the council to make it effective on September 28th, which conveniently is a start of a pay period for Shannon's sake. Request that it be in the best interest of Chase and of the town and of the police department to go ahead and promote him to the regular deputy marshal first class position to where he would get his full pay and not be on that introductory policy anymore.
So you need a motion?
Yep.
Yep.
I move we promote Chase Carnell, say that 10 times real fast, to deputy marshal first class.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Thank you very much. I will be quiet.
All right, we will move on to our town manager report. Steve.
Okay, thank you. I sent it electronically, I think it was last Thursday or Friday. So you have that. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have on it.
I only have a few things. Are we close to closing out that CCMG 2024-01?
It's in my hands to do, and I've got some information from the state on how to do it. And Carol has the file on her desk as to how it was done in the past. So I have all of that as a reference. That's where I'm at with it. I'm aware of the deadline where we need to get that done before we're allowed to. It's either accept or apply for a grant, the next one, which is right around the corner.
Right, that is top priority.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's top priority. And the FEDOA thing, that's a done deal, right?
Yeah, that's
all finished.
Well, yes and no. They have the notice of award, which was signed by Vicky, and now they're just processing the required bond and the insurance were two things he said they were processing. Then it'll come back into our hands as a contract for Vicky to sign. So yeah, it's in process.
And I wanted to let you know that house that you have on your report at 401 East Hazel Street,
Yes.
that is on the sheriff's sale for October 8th. Just letting you know.
It's on the what?
It's on the sheriff's sale for October 8th.
Oh, sheriff's sale, okay.
October 8th at the sheriff's sale out here.
Can I ask a question about that house?
Corey, are you there, bud?
I'm here.
Okay, do not let the CCMG 2024-01 fall through the cracks. Okay, yes.
I was just curious, and I don't know what you do with these, but if that property you're referring to happens to be a nuisance type property, a lot of communities will authorize somebody to go to those tax sales to buy those, knowing that you may not get it because they have a year of redemption. But if you do go to the tax sale and you purchase that, it's a really abbreviated, cheaper process than having to go after.
Well, it's not a tax sale, it's a foreclosure.
I thought you said tax.
No, I said sheriff's sale. It's a foreclosure sheriff's sale.
Excuse me, then I apologize.
Okay, so what do you know about anything like that?
Well, I know about tax sales. It's a really good thing for the towns to go bid on those if they see properties on there that
This is a sheriff's
sheriff's
foreclosure
sale. You have to go prepared to bid in the mortgage if there is.
It is a mortgage foreclosure. But it also says on the thing that you buy it as is, and then if anything comes back from the title search, you assume it.
That's why you always do one first before you go.
But it also said at the title company that they won't do a title search unless you have a purchase agreement.
That's a title policy. They will do a search because we use Lakeland all the time for those. For tax sale properties, sheriff foreclosures, they'll do a title search. Judgment and lien search is what you have to order. They will not do a policy because you have to have a purchase agreement that has a dollar amount for the policy. Total difference, but good question. You want a judgment and lien title search, not a policy. That does require a purchase. All right.
Any further questions for Steve?
I did wanna, I guess I'm sorry. I'm going to have 110 contact you. I haven't had a chance, if it's okay, I'd like to show them your email that you sent me.
Absolutely.
That way, they have the information that you gave me, and if they wanna pursue that display,
Yes.
they can pursue it according to how you outlined it.
Yeah, no, that would be wonderful.
okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, thank you, Vicki. That's all I have.
Okay. Any old business? New business, we'll start with our update on the pickup truck purchase for the street department. Who wants to report that?
Corey, you there?
He's on mute.
Yep, I'm here.
Want to go over the purchase, what you found out on the F-350 from Germany?
Yes, Burnsworth Dollars, when they solicited their bid, the units did not have the snowplow prep package that was in the spec. So they have since provided a unit with the snowplow package at the exact same monies that was approved in the last meeting.
And it's an F-350 with the 7.3 motor.
Yep, 7.3 motor. It's actually got more than what I actually spec'd out, but due to their mistake, they want to still offer it us the same, more truck, if you will, at the same price.
I can see it's even got a bed liner, Corey?
Yeah, it's already got the factory spray-in bed liner.
And
And
that's
it's got the upfitter switches so that I don't have to spend extra money on switches when wiring for safety lighting. So that'll save us a few bucks.
Is that on their lot currently?
I just come in up there today.
Okay. I'll go look at it tomorrow.
What color was that? Because you didn't like that color of that.
Well, are you in the market?
Huh?
Are you in the market?
Oh, I gotta go get my work.
What color?
It's white.
Yeah, you didn't like that white.
Okay, thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
That's what we approved at 56,064.90.
All right.
We already approved.
You've
it.
got-
Numbers the same.
Yeah, we
So
already
he's got
approved
the
that.
go ahead to make the final purchase.
Yeah, we already approved that.
Okay, you got that, Corey?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much, everybody.
You're very
You're welcome.
welcome, thank you. Item number 2, approval of the agreement between the town and Pulver Asphalt Paving, Inc. for Trail Ridge roadway improvement project, $99,335.50.
We have that somewhere on, I can't find it. Give me the date.
9/16,
What is it?
the 16th.
Gotcha. Here it is, I found it. I move we approve the Trail Ridge Road, contract of $99,335.50.
I'll
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it right here.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, on to approval of our 2026 budget estimates, ordinance number 2025-11. Tonight is our second reading. The proposed budget is $5,953,499. It's 965 plus more than last year's advertised budget. The bulk of the increase is reflected in the TIP appropriations. We had our first reading on September 9th. Now our second reading and final adoption at tonight's meeting.
Cause Kurt to read the ordinance.
You just say motion to approve it.
Oh, just say motion to approve ordinance 2025-11 on its second reading.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No more causing anything.
I'll be happy to read it.
No, that's good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Okay. So now tonight we are signing this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Even better.
I believe there's a spot for you to check
Yeah.
too. And so if everyone could remember to do that, I'd appreciate it.
Any other new business? Okay, we're going to move on to approval of accounts payable and payroll vouchers dated September 18th and September 23rd, 2025. Any questions that haven't already been asked? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I move we approve the accounts payable and payroll vouchers for September 18th and September 23rd, 2025.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chris?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Any other business to come before the council? I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Got it. Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.